And welcome to the Sloppy Syndicate Show. We have none other than To Begin Anew. You can hear them playing in the background, so let me shut that off. I was jamming out while we were getting set up, so we have them backstage. The band formed in January 2020, have 4 singles out now, and currently on the Space Zebra Tasty Trade charts as we speak, tied for second place. So without further ado, let's go ahead and bring them on.
What's up?
Hello.
So awesome. How you guys doing?
Good, man. Hope you are.
Great.
I am doing fantastic. I am back in Florida where it's nice and warm, so I don't have to deal with the snow. So this is To Begin Anew. If you guys want to go around, kind of introduce yourself, what you play. Obviously, Shane, he plays the bass. He put that up there. We got Casey, Cody, and Chris. So
everybody's name's different, so you can see our organization skills are not that well. So Shane, if you want to take it away, man.
Yeah, so I'm Shane. I play bass and I do backup vocals for To Begin Anew.
I'm Casey. I play drums and do backing vocals as well.
My name's Cody. I sing and I play rhythm guitar.
I'm Chris, and I yell into a microphone and play guitar.
all right, awesome. So the band formed in 2020, January 2020, and you have 4 singles out now, and they're doing phenomenal, obviously. So you've had much success with the 4 singles that you've dropped so far. We got Death of Uriah in. Welcome in. So we are streaming live on Twitch and YouTube, and then this will be uploaded to a podcast after I edit and then post it. So you will have some worldwide attention, hopefully. So tell us a little bit about January 2020. What got you guys together? What made you form the band? During that time, obviously, we know COVID. We're kind of, a lot of us were stuck at home, and was this kind of, hey, let's get together and jam out, and boom, it blossomed into Begin Anew.
Yeah, so we picked the absolute worst time ever to try to start a band. Much to our surprise, the world was going to shut down, but me and Casey are actually brothers, stepbrothers. But we've pretty much lived our whole life together. So I mean, he's my brother, but we've played on again, off again in other bands, growing up since the age of 14, 15. I'd stepped away from music for a little while just for some personal reasons. I had I come to a crossroads in my life where I had to make a few decisions, and a decision that I made for the betterment of myself involved me stepping away from music for a little while. So I got to a comfortable place in my life where I could kind of start having a little bit more fun again. And I've always played guitar. I grew up playing guitar. Casey grew up playing drums. So he was always the first person I went to. And I was like, hey, I'm not really trying to start a band. I'm writing some material and just wanting to try to have somebody to help me out, just kind of solidify it. And we ended up getting together. We had a few songs we wrote and jammed out to. And next thing I know, we started chasing down the other guys on the screen here with us, and ended up becoming what it is now.
It took a while.
Awesome. And so Casey and Cody, stepbrothers, and Casey plays the drums. So how many times, Cody, have you put your nuts on Casey's drum set?
You want to answer this question?
He's sitting beside me. He's sitting beside me, so probably something I have to PM you later on about that.
Okay. All right. I wish I had that sound effect, but awesome. So, you guys have 4 songs out, and I'll go through those. I'm slacking today. I do apologize, guys. My damn thing just went out. So you have Arise Out, Awaken, Break New Ground, and The Victory. So The Victory just dropped. So that's the newest one. And Arise has had some huge success. So where do you see the band going from here? Are you releasing an EP coming up? Do you have any singles, more singles dropping? Do you want to get, I know they're doing, like, Space Zebra is going to start doing Louder Than Life. Do you guys want to kind of take that avenue and do the Battle of the Bands again? Or?
Oh yeah, we're definitely waiting to see if we're on the Blackcraft music charts that they do. They just played The Victory. It got voted good, so I don't know if it's going to be on the charts or not. We'll find out Monday.
Yeah. So, Shane, do you feel like this is maybe a appropriate platform to maybe let a particular cat out of a bag, ask questions about CDs and stuff?
Yeah, go ahead.
No, man, that's
we're actually gonna be. We have another music video being edited right now as we speak.
Badass. Okay.
We're gonna be dropping an EP actually. We don't have an exact date yet. We're just making sure everything is, ready to rock. So when we drop the video, the EP's out. Is the next video, the EP's out.
Okay.
We've had some delays this year that have kind of like set us back a little bit, but we're working through them now finally.
It's a cool thing too, and we'll go ahead and say this now. There's going to be some of our earlier material that's going to be on this EP. But whenever we were in the studio the last time, whenever Vance joined the band with us, we actually went through and had all of our previous songs up till the stuff we're doing now and the stuff that hasn't been heard yet. Everything's been completely remixed and remastered. So whenever we come out with this EP that Shane was mentioning, everything's going to be very consistent and top notch and way better than what you hear now as far as those earlier singles go.
And the artwork for it has actually been hand painted and hand done.
Awesome. And I'm a huge sucker for art. If you can't tell behind me, I like to collect art. And I mean, for me, art, I mean, it sells, it kind of sells itself. So I'm a big visual kind of guy. So if I like the art, I'm going to pick it up. And if I haven't heard of it, hopefully I love it. So, but obviously I've heard of you guys. I've reached out and, got you on the show to, because I enjoy your music and see you guys going some big places here soon. And just being involved with the Space Zebra show, you guys were involved with that last year. You are on the Tasty Trade charts, like we said earlier. So that's one of the biggest platforms that you can be involved on, as a up and coming band or unsigned band. So it's huge, and it's good to see you guys actually climbing the ranks and taking this all the way. So
the work doesn't stop.
Right.
It's really rough, especially being unsigned. All we have is ourselves and the people, the closest to us that support us. And then, it's slowly branching out.
We got Nick that came in. What's up, Nick? If folks in the chat, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to throw them in there. We'll get the band to answer them as long as they are appropriate, or they can answer if they're inappropriate. That's up to them. So
we don't care.
Just ask, right? So, what are some of your major influences that kind of push you to pursue music and explain to the fans that may have not have heard of To Begin Anew? What do you sound like? How would
Vance,
you describe To Begin Anew? So,
Vance, I'm actually kind of curious what you think, man.
What I think we sound like, or what my influences are.
Both.
What do we sound like?
I think we sound like Trivium, Rise Against, the bands that we listed off earlier. My influences are weird. Mine are like Dave Matthews Band, Lamb of God, Meg Myers, Alt J, everywhere. Yeah, I really go off the wall with a lot of my stuff. So
yeah, a lot of my influences is from like the post-hardcore emo scene, from First to Last, The Used, Bayside, Aiden.
Awesome. Yep. Same here, kind of in that area.
Good, man.
What, me?
Yeah. What do you think?
Shit. I don't know what we sound like.
And that's Casey.
I'm sitting behind amps. I have no idea what we sound
He's
like.
I just play the drums. What are you talking about?
Honestly, as far as like influences and stuff go, I mean, I think this particular band with everybody in the band, all four of us have like different inputs that we bring to the band. That's one thing that makes this band beautiful, is that if you listen to two songs back to back, they're not going to have the same vibe. Just my opinion. We try to make sure that everything that we do is a little bit different. We don't want to just, nothing against them, but we don't want to, obviously they're a successful band, but we don't want to do like Breaking Benjamin, where they kind of release the same material over and over. I mean, they have a formula that works well for them, and I like them, but we want to try to kind of make things different. As far as us in the band, I think I probably have more of like a mild influence as far as music goes. Vance kind of goes with the heavier stuff, as does Casey. Shane is a little bit heavier than me, but I mean, most of my influences is honestly kind of like modern rock. I'm really influenced by like Ultra Bridge, Metallica. I get a lot of influence from their older stuff, Nirvana, Green Day. I mean, I've got a kind of several different bands I'm influenced by, but I mean, most of my stuff is kind of more modern rock.
So what do you think about Nickelback?
I love Nickelback.
I fucking love Nickelback.
Well, here we go, guys. We're gonna no Nickelback on this show. No, I'm just playing.
We're canceled.
I got a vast array of genres that I grew up on. So, and I always ask, to explain what you sound like, because I tried explaining a band one time and they looked at me like, where the fuck do you get that from? So I'm like, I can draw my conclusion, but I'm going to ask you guys first. So I'm not like, yeah, it sounds like Aqua and, whoever.
Yeah, we've been compared to Rise Against and Bullet for My Valentine a lot.
Yeah, and I can see that. So
it's crazy for me because like I don't really think like from what I write, which most of what I write, I'm a rhythm guitar player, so I don't do anything flashy. About the best thing I can do on guitar is palm mutes.
Vance is all the magic.
Pretty much it. I mean, everybody brings their own element to the band. I mean, that's the cool thing about us is that you hear certain influences and you're like, well, I don't see that. I appreciate it. I don't see that, but it's cool that you think that. Like Bullet for My Valentine is like way heavier than what I feel like we sound like. But I mean, I could see kind of vibes that could make you think that. I'm actually curious, Donnie, what do you think? I'm kind of curious what your thoughts are.
So I got a little bit of Rise Against, kind of some old school, like you said, like Breaking Benjamin kind of. So if I would explain it, if Rise Against, Breaking Benjamin kind of had a baby, it kind of blossomed into that, per se. So that's where I'm going with it, and I could be totally off how I get my my sounds, but that's what I get out of it. And I mean, I wouldn't stop. You got the some Rise Against vibes in there. You got some Breaking Benjamin vibes. So you can kind of pick, and me, like I nitpick. I can listen to a song and I'll be like, oh, okay, like I can pick this band out and I can pick this band out. So, and that's where I kind of screw myself when I try to explain a band. That's why I said, hey, tell me what you sound like. So.
It's cool that I appreciate Rise Against, but I was never like a huge fan of Rise Against. I'm not saying I have anything against them, but it was never one of my go-to bands. But I
used to listen to a lot of Rise Against.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Shane, but like out of all the bands we've been compared to, that's probably like the most band we've been compared to. It's been Rise Against, which is crazy.
Rise Against and Bullet.
I'll take credit for that one. I come from the punk background, so it just kind of works.
Hey, who's this Steve Lopez guy in the comments?
Let's get there. So we got Nestor. So the victory is a great release. Steve Lopez, what are your guys' thoughts on Gavin Rossdale?
I think he's a simp.
I don't know who that is.
He's the lead singer of Bush.
Oh,
what do you think, Donnie?
Oh man, that's going back to when I was in high school. Like Bush. Like
imagine being judged on a show by him 20 years later on your musical talents.
Okay. Yeah, that would be a little rough.
Yeah.
All right, Steve, throwing a wrench in there, I see. So yeah, I listen to him in on the bus going to school sometimes. Good old Bush. So
I think
can we kick that Steve Lopez guy's ass out? Get him the hell out of this room.
Right.
Get him out.
You are banned now, Steve. Sorry to say, like what? So we got Death of Uriah. Cody, don't count yourselves out, man. Y'all have some heavy bits. Exactly.
We got some heavy stuff. We have some heavy stuff we haven't recorded yet that we will be going back to the studio to start recording those as well soon, real soon.
And Nestor thinks he sounds like the Wiggles, so there you go. Like you can have your own cartoon show.
That's
I don't know,
highest compliment we've ever.
You've seen some fucking shit on them, dude. Where they
hey, My Chemical Romance was on the Wiggles. I'd love to be on the Wiggles.
Starting some pits and shit with the Wiggles.
Right.
Get you some of that, bro.
Shane, when are you going back to wearing the makeup?
He's already got the fingernail polish. Woo!
Woo!
But yeah. So yeah, he's got the Black Craft shirt on, and that was so this shirt actually, if I'm correct, somebody made a complaint or made a joke about something, and I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna make a shirt of it.
Yeah, some hater made it and they've turned it into a shirt. And if you purchase this shirt at blackcraftcult.com, 50% of it goes to 50% of profits go to the louder something. It's a foundation. I can look it up right now. I just had it in my head.
And are you guys sponsored by Black Cult Craft?
Yeah, we got endorsed by them through Space Zebra.
Awesome.
Thank you so much, Bobby.
Very cool. So yeah, Bobby's
actually got several people that's kind of had our back since day one. Shane, if you want to give them a shout out, man, I'm sure they'd probably really appreciate that.
The
Dirtbag.
Yeah, Dirtbag's been really great. Scorpion, which Casey's actually got some custom sticks coming. Living the Dream Foundation is what this shirt goes to.
Okay. Yep, I got the Bobby Exotic, like the Joe Exotic one. I got that one
Nice.
coming, so that'd be kind of funny. But yeah, they do so much for the, not only for the music industry. They help out the community as well. So that's huge. I had Bobby on the show not too long ago, so I was shitting my pants on that one. That was the biggest, the biggest influencer or biggest person I've had on the show yet. So I was like, all right, don't fuck it up, don't fuck it up.
Yeah,
And
I think when COVID started, Blackcraft also started a relief fund, which is still, I think it's going on their website, but it's to help like venues, so they don't close down, or help close down venues open back up. So
yep, and I've seen a lot of that in Orlando. We have a ton of music, or had a ton of music venues, several of which have since closed up. But yeah, it's kind of, I don't want to say it's a dying breed, but the pandemic has really strained where musicians like yourself can actually go out and play a show sometimes. So
I think we've been super fortunate the way that everything happened with us. We started up in 2020, like right in the middle of
we could have played
taking
shows
over the world. Yeah, so I mean, everything we did, we weren't able to play shows because all of our venues here, like everywhere else, were all shut down.
We
So
did some live streams.
We had to kind of take a gamble and say, it was something new for us because we're all kind of a little bit older. We're all in our 30s now, so it's like, what can we do to kind of catch up with the times and do something that's relevant and not waste time. So I mean, Shane's pretty much our social media guru. Me and him kind of took point on like doing social media stuff. And I mean, for a whole year, a calendar year, it was pretty much us just trying to make a presence known online.
It was pushing online.
Yeah. I think we did a very good job. I mean, behind the scenes, we're out there recording music. We're doing music videos. We're trying to gather fan bases on live streams, like Shane mentioned. I mean, we were doing a lot of stuff behind the scene, and it paid off. I mean, we kind of had to adapt and overcome, but I mean, that's always a musical thing. Nothing stays consistent. You've always got to try to stay on the edge and just do what's relevant. And I think we did a very good job in 2020. So whenever things kind of started clearing up, I think we played our first show in March of 2021.
Yeah, as soon as they started opening venues back up.
Yeah, I mean, we hit the ground running. We've been doing the same thing ever since.
Yeah, 2021 being our first, not only our first show as a band, but we also played Blue Ridge Rock Fest and then Rocktoberfest for the military. That was big. We got to actually open up for Fuel, share the stage with Fuel on that one.
Really cool guys.
Oh, that's badass. Yeah,
they are amazing dudes, all down to earth.
Yeah, there's a couple of big festivals. You got Blue Ridge Rock Festival again this year, which is like an insane lineup, and they haven't announced half of the bands yet. And then there's another one called Metal in the Mountains.
Yeah,
a couple of the bands that have been on the show are playing.
We applied for Metal in the Mountains, but we haven't heard anything back. Maybe next year.
Hey, I mean, you guys are doing great now. I mean, your name's out there. You've been present, and I think if this were when we were in high school, it would have been a totally different story.
Oh yeah,
as to where you guys starting the band during a pandemic. Now the world is essentially at our fingertips, and we can promote and advertise and do everything online.
Mm-hmm.
If 10 years ago we kind of probably would all been screwed and like, well, we wanted to start a band but we couldn't, and here we are. But technology has its pros and cons, obviously, we know. So as far as the music industry, so what do you think? That kind of leads me into my next point. What is your like Spotify and things like that? How do I want to word this without sounding like a tool bag? So how do you feel about Spotify and stuff like that? Obviously, we, everyone in the music industry knows that you get pennies on the dollar. So, does that help you guys? Does that boost you guys up more because you're being seen by more people, or does it in the end kind of, hurt you financially?
I mean, I'll say that Spotify, I mean, like you said, it has its pros and cons. I think Spotify's been pretty good for us. I mean, right now we're still in the
early stages.
We're still in the early stages of becoming a band. We're only 2 years old with this band. So, I mean, there's a lot of ground to cover. We're from Eastern North Carolina, Jacksonville, North Carolina, as you mentioned earlier. We're wanting to get out there and play as much as we can and in front of as many people as possible. So I mean, there's ways of getting your music out there. Again, Spotify, sharing things on Facebook like we do, and I mean, it's paid off. it's still an income for us. It might not be much, but it's always something there. All the little minor things that people don't think about. If we're riding to a show and a tire blows out on a trailer or something like that, we've got money set aside from earnings from Spotify where we've been able to take care of things like that. Again, it's pennies on the dollar, but it's still more than what we just make on our own.
It's a really good savings account, I think.
Yeah.
Well, it's also, like I said, you don't make a lot off of it, but at least it gets the music out there very efficiently.
Right. And it's a tool like you were mentioning back in the day, whenever me and Casey was in our first band together, the very first tool that we had was MySpace.
Right.
I know some of us older goats probably remember that. And that was a waste of all of our time.
Yeah.
I mean, it was actually a good theory.
We would love to play Ampfest.
Yeah, we are playing Ampfest.
Shane,
that's in June.
We are. That is in June.
Thank you, Nestor. We appreciate that, man.
Hey, surprise, Shane! You're playing Ampfest. If you
in case you forgot.
And Chris, a man of few words. We see. So
they got it handled.
He's just like, I'm just going to sit here and chill, let them take care of it, But yeah, so if you could, who would you, past or present, want to collab with or share a stage with? Could be any genre, past or present. I know it's a loaded question because in my mind I have 20 of them. So, but you can only pick one. That's the
hang
trick.
on before you answer. Like Shane, think in your head. Casey, think in your head. Like let's all come up with an answer, and then let him answer and see which one. I know mine.
I got mine
too.
Okay, go ahead, Vance.
Lamb of God all day.
Oh shit!
I'd say Kurt Cobain.
I was gonna say Kurt Cobain. That's fucking wrong. All days of the week. I was gonna say Dave Matthews.
Dave Matthews, all right.
Yeah, I got to go with Cliff Burton.
I mean, if I could play with Dave and we matched that genre all day, I'd be on that show in a heartbeat.
Or maybe Lemmy.
I don't know. I would.
Nickelback.
Nickelback, right? Yeah. MGK, the new Nickelback, so.
No, don't say that. Come on, man. What are you doing?
Going back to what you said about Spotify, though, I think, we're an unsigned band. I think with us, any band, who wants to get their name out there, I think Spotify is great. And it's about the art first, always for us, it's about the art.
All right. And so do you guys have a website? Where can people find you? Do you have any merch, vinyl, CDs, anything like that we could support the band?
We have tobeginAnew.com. You can buy merch there, t-shirts, flags.
It links you to everything.
Yeah, the merch store is on tobeginAnew.com. With our EP coming out, we will be having hard copies.
Okay.
So
we'll have CDs. We've also got a link tree too, Donnie. The link tree goes in a little bit more depth than what the website does. I mean, the website itself is kind of a one-stop shop, but our link tree, if you just search linktree.com/ they've got their website kind of spelled out kind of weird, but if you just Google Linktree to begin anew, it'll pop up, and that's where we got like all of our links to like Apple and Amazon and all that different kind of stuff. So either one of those two platforms will get you anywhere. We've got the Teespring that's got all of our merch on there. So I mean, any visits on any of those sites, if you just pretty much Google us, you can find about anything you want.
All right, awesome. And I'll actually once I upload this episode to the sloppysyndicateshow.com, I'll put all your links in the bio as well. That way you can go there too and click on it if you would like. As well, and it will take you to any of the to begin a news site. So kind of a tongue twister. Where does the name stem from?
I'll try to make it as short as possible, but everyone here knows that I'm fucking long-winded, so I apologize for that. No, it's like basically To Begin Anew for us was. To me, it was a working project name. It wasn't never really in my mind meant to be like a final band name. It was just a working project. But to me, it was a new chapter in my life. And I kind of brought that idea saying, hey, this is a working title. This doesn't mean this has to be a band name again. Me and Casey said this wasn't going to be a band. Look where we're at. But
it's kind of a new chapter for all of us, really.
Yeah, and that's what the direction I was headed. Kind of whenever we started jamming with people and we got the whole band locked in as we are now, we kind of brought that into the table and like, hey, this is what we were this is what I was personally thinking about for a working title, and everyone was like, "Yeah, that works," because everybody was at that same place in their life. You know, it was a new chapter to the book of life that we have, I guess.
Yeah, and it's always intriguing to me to see how the band came up with the name. So, you know, and yours has a special meaning behind it. As you said earlier, you were, you know, stepped away for personal reasons. You came back, and you know, kind of a new beginning for you. So, quite fitting. And it's always, like I said, interesting to kind of get the feedback and see where the show name the band name comes from. So, Lamb of God would be legit. Dave Matthews slaps harder than a McDonald's Sprite.
I'm pretty sure Brian's running my other band's site right now.
And that's what I was thinking of. I want to play Brewstock 2022. So you guys played Brewstock last year?
Yeah. That was a lot of great bands on that as well.
Yeah,
that was actually
Brewstock was a DIY from the ground up, man. It was a friggin' awesome ass experience. Every band that was there kicked ass.
Our set is on YouTube from Brewstock.
Yeah.
And they actually like hooked us all up, mic'd us all up, and recorded it great.
Oh, it was a really cool experience. I mean, everybody on Brewstock was, yeah. I mean, like I said, it was all ground level bands. You know, we all got out there, kicked ass, and it was awesome time.
And with it being Brewstock, I'm assuming probably North Carolina area, like Asheville.
Yes. South Carolina. Yep.
South Carolina. Okay, because I know you guys have a ton of breweries up there, especially Asheville, North Carolina. So,
oh yeah.
I just came back from Atkins, Virginia, so we drive through that area. So,
if you're ever down on the eastern side, man, let us know.
Yeah, for sure. I'll be back up that way in September for a week or two. I'll probably do the asphalt race at Bristol again. I did the dirt race this last week, so that was a shit show, but it was a good time.
Hey, did you drop your squid plushie there, Cody, earlier?
No, Casey was fucking with it. This my fucking hero. You guys know I'm fucking Iron Man through and through.
Checked out this plushie.
Hey, you can't have that.
Is his name Richard?
Herbert, actually, but I mean, you were close.
I'm gonna put this guy back. I'm gonna put this guy back where he goes.
That's funny. Casey's up here fucking. I have an unhealthy obsession with Iron Man. You just
Chris,
whipped that. That was so convenient, dude.
Right? He's just like, I'm gonna get White Trash Donnie banned from YouTube. No, I'm just playing.
I feel like just off screen, Chris has a whole box of just random shit.
Don't talk about it.
Right? It's just like, well, you know, I got this, and then I got this, and yeah.
Because we know YouTube will shut you the fuck down. So.
Right? They'll be like, oh, delete. They'll be like,
by the way, it's just
like, Chris, damn it.
It's just a plushie. It's not real.
It's just it's a neck pillow, damn it.
Yeah.
Right? You just curl it around, you know, bend it at the boner.
So,
I mean,
a nice chin rest on the other hand.
I love it.
Yeah.
This is a great interview so far. Having a blast.
It's the best interview we've ever done.
Yeah, dude.
I was expecting Shane to whip out a whole dildo like, yeah, I can top you on this. Bam.
Bam, right? You know, like 16 inches slapping around.
Stand up real quick, Shane. We want to see if it falls out.
Squeeze,
Is that
squeeze
before
the cheeks.
skin or after skin?
We're not going there.
Inside
Nope.
Sorry, Donnie. It gets wild. That's why I don't talk much.
Emotional damage.
That's it. I'm done. Emotional
That
damage.
was great.
That's it. But yeah. So what's in the future? Do you have any tours coming up? Any shows here in the future, near future?
We have a 3-day run coming up in June.
That's Amfest.
We've it's pretty crazy, man. And I putting us on the spotlight is kind of tough, but like our calendar is
steady.
Nestor said his name should be Peter. Get out of here with that shit. Anyway, our calendar is pretty booked up, man. I mean, we've got quite a few shows coming up. Again, you can check out our .com, our Facebook, our Instagram. We're always posting stuff up there. But we've our calendar is getting fuller and fuller by the day, and we're very, very grateful for it.
Yeah, we've got
no locked in tours, but yeah, we've got one coming up in May that's going to be a really cool show.
Yeah,
we've got a 3-day run coming up in June.
Yeah, and then we got I Set to Kill. We're playing with them.
I Set to Kill, Davey Suicide, The Funeral Portrait. Then we have Ampfest as well with Dying Oath, Haymaker. So many bands.
And we do have a couple of festivals. Yeah, we do have a couple of festivals coming up closer to the end of the year, and they'll be fun too.
And it's only going to get busier from here, I would suspect, you know, being
We hope.
jamming out the way you guys are and getting all of, I mean, we know, you know, Tasty Trade is a huge chart as well as the Space Zebra show. And, you know, there's 500, 600 views, 500, 600,000 views on some of those. So, you know, and that's where I watch the show every week, and that's where I, you know, fell in love with To Begin Anew. And I was like, hey, let me reach out and see if they'd want to come on the show. And, you know, not that I'm as big as Bobby and them, but hey, I can offer something, you know, and have some fun, get to know you.
Oh yeah,
get you guys out there a little bit and you know, shoot the shit. So
we appreciate you reaching out to us, man. Like I said, this is a blast. We're having a good time. I hope you are.
Yeah, absolutely, man. We appreciate the hell out of it, dude. I mean, it doesn't matter your platform. If you just want to get up here and talk house with us, dude, we're down.
Yeah.
Yeah, we get to sit in my little studio, drink my Busch Light, and, you know, talk and hit buttons. You know, I'm like a fat kid in a candy shop, so you know, it's all I can ask for. I'm not.
There you go.
See, if I could learn the guitar, which I'm like Squirrel, and then I got like a short T-Rex hands, and I'm just like, yeah, it looks totally, yeah, it's odd. I can't.
That's exactly how I look playing guitar.
I got the same hands, man. It's you just got to learn to live with
Look at that forearm muscle. Do that again. Look at that forearm muscle. You wonder how he picks so fast. Do it again. Like a boss, son.
That's just from carpet cleaning.
The right one looked a little bit bigger there, Chris. I don't know.
I showed you why a minute ago, and your channel almost got shut down.
What's up, Russ? Thanks for popping in. Pleasure to have you on there, brother. So we're going to wrap it up here shortly. I try to keep it 30, 40 minutes. Folks in the chat, if you have any questions, do not hesitate to put that in the chat there, and we will get them to answer that.
Let's hit them up, dude. Hit them up. Chat room, what's up?
So we got Russ, we got Death of Urea, Nestor. Come on, folks. Throw some questions in there. Make my job a little bit easier.
Yes, I did use a guitar neck rest as a headrest. Death of Urea. I sure did. Donnie, if you don't know, that's my drummer for my other band. Death of
is it?
Urea.
Okay, so you're in 2 bands. All right.
Yeah.
Awesome. So
he tried to correct you low key. It's Uriah.
No,
Uriah.
Please keep saying Urea. Please.
Urea,
Yes.
Death of Urea. I mean, that's how it reads.
If you throw a like a urethra in there.
Urethra.
Yes.
Death
Bobby
of
and them,
Urethra.
Bobby and them did the same thing on Space Zebra, man. They were like Death of Urethra all day. Yep.
And you guys are sitting there like, no.
No, we get off on stuff like that. Like, you understand, we're different.
But so go ahead and tell us a little bit about. I know we're talking about To Begin Anew right now. So tell us a little bit about Death of Uriah. Urethra.
Death of Urethra is 4 guys that play metal. They're on the heavier spectrum. Similar platforms as To Begin Anew, different sound. They're just a straight metal band. You know,
they're fucking amazing. Don't let him undermine that band, dude.
Well, the thing is the only reason Brian's in here is because, well, we have a great community here, like Nestor, and then of course my guys in Death of Uriah, my guys here in To Begin Anew. Like, we all support each other here. There's no competition, man. We try and put everybody on the best that we possibly can.
Yeah, North Carolina's got a great music scene.
Yes.
Yeah, Shane, I was gonna say let's get Donnie. Would you mind if we took a minute and just give a shout out to a couple of the great just a few of the great ENC bands, man?
No, absolutely. Throw them out there. It's like you guys said, it's not about competition. Like, you build each other up and we all get to the top. So
I definitely
have at it.
I would definitely say like Death of Uriah, they're really great. Haymaker, as I mentioned earlier. Home for the Day, they're really awesome.
Defile the Crown.
Crown, Dying Oath, War, With Clarity, Waking Terror, Bridge to Breakdown. There's so many amazing bands in our area, and it's impossible to name every band.
and it's crazy. You went through a handful of bands, and I knew one of those, and that's Dying Oath. So the rest of the bands I have not heard of. So obviously, me being huge into music, I'll check that out. So folks listening as well, go check some of the bands out. I'll try to write some of those bands in the bio as well, so you can check them out and give them some love as well. because it's about spreading the positivity and spreading the positivity and everyone kind of growing up together. Again, it's not a competition. So I'm glad you guys brought that to the forefront. Because when I first started, I think a lot of us probably thought everything was a competition, because that's how I was raised. It wasn't, I hate to say, it's probably not the right terminology or politically correct, but I wasn't raised in the participation trophy era, they call it, so, everything as a kid was a competition. So now it's nice to see that, hey, you don't have to win everything. We can win together. So
I'll tell
Vance
you,
Vance is kind of like he's our veteran when it comes to that. So I mean, he can tell you all about the old school shit, man. We've all been there.
yeah, the older days, I'd say 5 or 6 years ago, it was very competitive. And, of course, if you want to go back further, Cody's first band with Casey, my first band with my group, bands would play sets and wouldn't say anything. They would just play and leave. And then now,
bands watch each other.
Yeah, over the past 2.5 years, I've really gone on my way to reach out to other bands and try and do my best to throw bands on bills together. And even if we're not playing, go see the boys. And then it's really become a community, because it's funny to play the local venue that we have here and look out, and it's like a whole bunch of other musicians from other bands in the crowd, plus, the crowd people on top of that. But it's a really great community. And Cody's really great at putting shows together. Me and George put shows together on the metal side. And then it's funny because my metal band has played numerous shows with To Begin Anew. And To Begin Anew, I mean, these boys, you don't understand, they burn it hard on this side. I thought being in two bands was going to be, a walk in the park, and it's not, but it's awesome because these guys have made me such a better player than I was.
They're like, get your shit together. You got to
Yeah,
play with us.
pretty much.
son.
No, man. If anything, I'll say this on the air right now. Chris Vance, you have made this band better.
Yeah.
Get you some of that.
Yeah. Chris definitely made us all better. Them chops, man.
That's very kind, but these guys put in a lot of groundwork before I ever came on, man. And I'm proud of everything that we've done prior to me coming and everything we've done with me being with them. I feel very fortunate to be a part of it on both fronts, you guys and Death of Urethra.
Urethra. All right. So make sure you check out Death of Urethra as well. For the metal side.
Their biggest influence is Five Finger Death Punch. That's what George said.
No. Oh, I was gonna say their singer kind of reminds me of Hatebreed.
That's a 2-for-1.
I don't have the shovel. I don't have the shovel sound, but we got the badunk. Whatever.
Yeah,
it works.
Fucking love you, George, and Death of Urethra.
He's like, no, you didn't. They totally did. They're throwing you out like that. So you guys can take care of that backstage, however you want to do it. Death of Urethra, however you want to take care of that. Man. So, but yeah, so doing it, Cody, Casey, Shane, do it. Either three of you playing other bands, or is this kind of your one gig?
Casey did for a little while.
I tried. It didn't work.
But I do not have the drive to do it. I am a man. I'm a man that burns the candle at both ends. Between work, home life, trying to write songs, and just staying on top of everything. There's never enough hours in the day.
Yeah, I'm
never enough hours in the day.
Trying to take this full time eventually. This is the band for me. I don't really have time to do another band unless I'm streaming something random, like some random music, or doing a game on Twitch or something.
Shane does have a solo project though. So
I mean, I do solo stuff here and there, but it's just to do it. It's separate, it's not anything that I'm going to go out and tour. It's just something to do on the downside.
Okay. All right. So we're about ready to wrap up. We are 40 minutes in. Obviously, To Begin Anew is extremely busy, and I don't want to take too much of your time. So it's been a pleasure having you on the show.
It's been a lot of fun.
You are welcome on the show anytime. And, so what are your final departing words to the fans out there?
Thank you for the support.
Thank you guys so much. Make sure you check out all of our socials. Again, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Spotify, everything.
Twitter.
Just Google To Begin Anew, and we've got it set up where you'll find something that will tie you to something else. So just take a moment of your time. If you don't mind, just check us out, follow us. We'd appreciate the hell out of it.
And if you haven't made it to your town, find a way to get there.
And just thank you.
And Victory was their most recent release. So that's on Spotify as well. So definitely check out the newest release. As they said before, there'll be an EP coming up with a music video here soon. And until next time, folks, thanks for joining the Sloppy Syndicate, and keep it sloppy.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.